quick. Alright, we're live. We're good. This. Anyway. Waiting on people to get into chat. Board, go. Right, got a reply from the other person. Francis is listening while driving. Keep your eyes on the road, though. Don't drive your Prius into a ditch. Not worth it. Anyway. Let's advance this plot. And Alpino says, I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now. But I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There is a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. I got flying off stream yesterday. Scion, it's a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear that we've taken Alighieri. We have already begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? At least gonna remember.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatorius where they did. See those towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Valadina was so important, eh? Right then. Come along, they're waiting for us in Alighieri. Hey, you better run off. Anyway. Thanks. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you have been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatorius. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves, and join us when you are ready. Yo, Matt. I just got started. All you missed was least remembering as we walked into this area. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. Is that everyone? Then let us begin. Alighieri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatorius will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Urbania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with an unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I've no doubt that Xenos has got something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Magnarmus after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. I won't, I promise. I'll do what Conrad says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you. Alizé can stay with Magnarmus. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within Imperial Research Facility.
Let us see. So,
What has the mad
she
scientist
lives.
been up to?
Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Guardians are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specular Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Found you.
So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong, and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. But, yeah, that's better. Go. Yes. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arnvald's squadron. They're already searching other nearby areas. So we have allies in the event that we encounter anything beyond our means. Oh, hey. Glad you can make it, Bear, but hope you have a great rest of your day at work. Ooh, alright. Kill these guys. Alright. Nailed that. Alizé. Speak with Alizé. Oh, nice. Ah, give me a moment, Magnanimous. Say that again if you would. No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arnvald. A pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Magnanimous? Any trouble? And there I was thinking that we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula Imperatoris is going well. Oh, Dawn Trail's the next expansion coming out, Francis. Don't worry, you'll get there. War. And Pippin with the save.
You've improved, lad.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Usually housing and stuff is what you need guild for. But yeah.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Xenos said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Xenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Now, give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Ransford, Rudolph, Hamlet. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
What in the seven hells?
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards. Their people were still fighting. Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood.
Thus they killed their own people with the cannon.
All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
You heard it too, didn't you? Oh. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castramavania. That was an Imperial installation, and their troops were still... No one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. Let's go. This way. There's no time to lose. Worse than it looks. You probably wasn't even pull yourself together. This is our only way inside. We need to find my brother right now. Oh, damn. Yeah, look at that. Power's all busted up. I'm glad you're here, Lieutenant. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. On Specula Imperatoris. I didn't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. God damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and they remain unaccounted for. And many remain unaccounted for. Alizé, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families, just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. Aiding the next guy. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There, Alighieri's not far. I'll make it. I'll make it. Can I help this guy? Let's find out. Oh, I can. He's alive. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you, Magnomus Darkblade, Ward of House Forton. We fought together on the Steps of Faith. You saved my life back then, and now. I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad, can you hear me? Nago, put him down over there. Oops, I just stepped on him. He's definitely dying now.
Conrad, speak to me.
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you. Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castromabania,
Next round, double the charge.
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
there goes Batman.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon!
And then he left.
The savages are coming!
Oh, Conrad's dead. And Justinian's being a badass over there. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. Instead, we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. Gods as my witness, there will be a reckoning. Forgive me, now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body, find my sister and return to Alighieri. Will do. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alpha now. Tell me he's alright. Yes, and he bid us return to Alighieri. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though saying that, what would the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here. Not now. We should return to Alighieri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Imperial. Wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you were about to slit my throat. The hell's with this. I should be back home in Ilsabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. One more soldier. Oh, there we go. Oh, bless you, kind. Wait, is that you, Magnomus? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. Magnomus, we've given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must be performed. But now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke with General Alden. Almost as if someone bought us time by damaging the cannon. These deaths weigh heavy on my soul, Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else, he was a good man whose will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, to this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when next you face the enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubts. Ere we take another step forward, towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Urbania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought of their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reached the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? But one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage, or a heretofore unknown resistance fraction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated that they continue. And I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago, I do. But I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalimo and I arrived at Rauger's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. That I was still afraid of following my heart. But because I couldn't be sure if it was me or Ida. But then I met someone on the other side of the world who had struggled with the same worries. As we traveled, fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left. The ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago. I'll come back, I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Heck's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Lieutenant, would you go with her? Would have done it even if you hadn't asked. Then it's settled. We will await your return. It's beat sitting around here doing fetch quests. Anyway, it's hard to drag you into this, Magnarmus. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now, all I can do is be myself. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get going. I know of a good vantage point overlooking the castrum. Nyumkern's Hope. Ship stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, it might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Please, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? There's a Phoenix sighting. Can I help you? This. Waiting. And Waiting right here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. We took a bit more out of me than I expected. And there she is, Numcrump's Hope. Ark that was that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the Sixth Umbrella era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking that they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy. Staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Ian, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all. I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, eh? Strange to think back on it. We'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad, or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke from Castrombania? What? It's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Magnarmus, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Castrum Albania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's chomping at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others. Come on. Scouting mission successful. Cannon's broken. Alright, anyway. Easier down than up, eh? But not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. Alright, Reaper leveled again. Back to Machinist. There's no time to lose, Magnarmus. General Alden needs to know what we've saw. You're returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Numcrump's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castro Albania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarpin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. And we must attack Castro Albania at once. It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the castrum and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Gurabanya, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castrum Urbania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Alizé and Magnomus, I'm sure. Well then, if you are all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castrum Urbania. Go, and may Roger watch over you and keep you. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess, my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lise, nor less Alamigo. Castrum Urbania is the largest Imperial facility in the Peaks, you see. And so the likelihood that Kryl is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course. But if there is even a chance that Kryl might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. Anyway. Penis. So to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Turpin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Magnomus and Lise were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specularia Imperatoris or Castrum Urbania. Perhaps as a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Ah, you have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Alamegans. Feeding off what scraps the Imperials gave them, damned if I know how Marshal Torpin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, but I do. But I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadan woman. She will ask us a question after we answer with courage. She will know us as friends. Courage, right. Plus, put together a squadron, Nago. We will need them soon. With me, my friends. Be ready for anything. home needed. See? What did I tell you? Let us continue on to Specula Imperatoris. Go. Well, Bear was in here earlier saying that he was making Gil for the Dawn Trail expansion. We've got Of course, there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately, they were no match for Lys. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Okay, I'll shoot him. Is dead. Onward. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see any smoke above Castrum Bania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? Alpino said we were looking for a Roganin woman, right? That we should answer her question with courage. I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her. I'll do the same. There's a Roganin woman. Ain't seen you around before. It takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. What you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. Outside Radiata, behind the barricaded, there's barricades over yonder. On the other hand. Hey, was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Alizé. Meet you there. And she says... Not followed, were you? Good. That all of you, is it? Let's get to it. Then name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarpin. Named Stark. Stark Woad. The rest of you know we wouldn't be here, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specula Imperatoris, and the canon, isn't it? Just so, can you tell us what happened? I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out. And then engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Well, I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamegan help they have sent home have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castrum and Bania to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years. I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. Could always just have Estinian go over and break it again if only we knew he was here. Of freedom. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Lise and her unit will make our primary objective, the fire control center. At the same time, we will enter the castrum by way of ventilation ducts, whereupon we will proceed into the weapons research and create a diversion. If all goes to plan, our parties will subsequently converge, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and bring brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll need to deal with the Magitech patrols before you can infiltrate the castrum. Deal with some more. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance, assuming they keep their usual schedule. It'd be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. Go. By Rago, I knew you a lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Magnarmus is the finest warrior I know. I should like to think we have learned something from our time in his company. Now, where is the entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches. You should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any other number of places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Magnarmus, we shall infiltrate the castrum and cause as much chaos as possible. This will draw the Imperials away from Lys and her men, thereby allowing them to safely reach the fire control center. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to their entrance. May Rago guide you to victory. This is your last chance to make your preparations, Magnarmus. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. How long's the wait? 23 minutes does that. Oh wow, 2 more at a time is that. Oh well, let's leave it. Alright. Anyway. Wait for it, I'm gonna see if I can mash through all the quests. Ah, there it is. Through all the ether currents real quick. Trader. Oh, I forgot to unattune to that. That sucks. I'll just have to go back the normal way. this. Alright, give the crate to the guy. This guy. Gather information. Bronk. Spoke with the people. Okay. Aha, there it is. Again, Frid. Gosh, I might have all these done before it pops. Okay, done. $170 to the... Go that way then. Ah, there it is. Okay, how do I get up there? There. There we go. Going up. All right. That one. Southwest. Well, it popped. Full force into there. Let's go. Area. See that? Fun. That is. Box again. There we go. All right, path is clear. Let's go. Else. Good. Dead end too. All right. Time to kill this guy. Thanks, Groot. Let's go. Got you three. Just grab myself. Dead. And dead. Next area. We get it? Oh, we did. Alright, you three, come here. And two of these. Yes, on that. And then we got this guy. Get in there. There. Drop the fuck box on him. Almost there. He's almost dead. And that's a level up. All right. Next. On that. Pass on that. time to shine. Oh, there was more. Let's go. Got a good team here. Everyone's doing great. Pass, pass, and pass. Alright. Yay, Roid Rage Beast. Let's kill him. Alright, let's kill Mr. Roid Rage here. Get out of here. Roid Rage Scyther. This is your Scyther on drugs. I think that's the... Yep. Buster. Come back here. Damn. He also can shoot Whoop. Damn. Thing does everything. It's Roid Rage, it fires lasers. It's got Scyther hands. And it's dead. We killed it. Murdered. Only one person stuck around, so they got the commendation. All right. Next.
Understood. We're on our way.
Right, now watch this.
Lyse's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them. Lyse! Thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
Let's beat some ass.
They're here!
It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?!
I gave the order to fire.
It was over! The Skulls had surrendered, no one else had to die, and you killed them! Your own people! Your own comrades!
You're right! I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolf, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
I know, I heard.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free. That was all we ever wanted. We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal. That's just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom! You killed your own! They trusted you, and you killed them! Murderer! Butcher! Traitor! Lyse! Gotcha!
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Alize!
Even so, the odds are against me.
Coward! Get back here!
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the Royal Hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me? Thank you. Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Well, we did it. Castrum Abanya belongs to us now. Nago and her people took Alizé to Radiata to receive treatment. Alphino tells me she'll make a full recovery. I know I should be happy we won, and with minimal casualties, but somehow it feels empty. Horde. With a D. We should report to General Alden. Kryl wasn't there, but who knows, maybe one of Raban's men found something which could lead us to her. Can't hurt to ask anyway. Alright, anyway. Lieutenant Commander Hext, fine work you did today. Oh, shoot. After Specula Imperatoris, we need a resounding victory. We needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Ralgo's star yet burns bright. I'm glad, I really am. But you should know that Alizé was injured in the fighting. Regrettable, but I am pleased to hear that she will make a full recovery. Cordola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. But if Xenos wishes to invite us to his so-called royal hunt, then his bull would fain accept. What troubles you, Lise? Oh, it's nothing really, it's just that we're almost to the end, but we've still got to save Kryl and do so much more. We'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best men scouring the Castrum's archives as we speak. Listen, Lise. It will take time for us to fully occupy the Castrum and prepare to advance into the locks. While we wait, there is something I would like to show you, both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. I don't see why not. Then come with me to Radiata. From there, I will need to follow another road. We will need to follow another road south. Probably turn this one in here. For the sacks to the trader. Passing by anyway. Even after all these years, it's still the same. I'm getting ahead of myself. You deserve a proper welcome. Lieutenant Lise, I brought you both here for a reason.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it? Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was. Which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
Flashback.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death. Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom! Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder. Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. Mayat, one day we will need it too.
Young.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lise, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Ananta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Even a blind man could see that Lise wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. Be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances to be made responsible for the lives of so many. It isn't easy. When you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager she thought Alizé was dead for a moment back there. It's one thing to risk your life for a cause, but to risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her, and that's good. It will make her a better commander. First, she needs to learn to carry it, not let it break her. To remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words gave me strength once. Maybe they'll do the same for her now. Right then, I think I've said enough. Two of you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. I understand. He's been away for a long time. And he probably wants to be alone for a while. Let's head back to Radiata. The last Ether Current quest. It is. Let's go ahead and go with that. Wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's Imperials or bandits, but I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head northwest and I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Hells, he's seen us. Thought it. Dead's as good as alive to the Imperials. There you go. Enjoy this. people, like it says. Alright. They attacked you too, didn't they? They're all Amigan, not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults, in fact. Some of their faces look familiar. Wait, I remember, they're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. They probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed. Oh gods, Alizé and Alphino could be in danger too. We have to get back to Radiata and find Nago. That's all about. You two look ready for a fight. We were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata. Thought they might try to attack you too. Are you alright? Aye, we're fine. The twins are at Stark's. Alizé was asleep last I checked. I'm sorry. Did you say you were ambushed by villagers, not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Castrum Abanya? God's damn fools. Least Magnomus. Have you ever heard you talking? The ones that attacked you, they were young? Less than 20 summers? I thought so. Always the young ones, the ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you've got to look out for. The only decent work to be found in Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children grow up knowing it. And they have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools. After everything they've seen us accomplish, they thought they ought to be begging to fight for the Resistance, not against us. They've been living in the shadow of the Castrum their whole lives. A few victories won't change that. Aye. You get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they get beaten for their trouble, or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back, but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Beat the dog that bites his master's hand, and ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now, you may say that's all about to change, and I believe you. Many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to if it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate All Amigo and bring an end to the occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live free. We're going to build a new home for ourselves, together, a better home than they've ever known. Been thinking, if Alizé needs more time to heal, maybe we should move her to Rauger's Reach. She can receive much better care there. After all, our infirmary is probably the best for her, short of sending her to Gridania. Indeed, I've given what Mistress Woad has told us. I would rather she did not remain here. Then it's settled, Nago. Go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alphino, you should get your sister ready for the journey. Magnomus, would you mind going on ahead and telling Borella that we're on our way? I want a bed waiting for Alizé when she arrives. Thanks. First I'm gonna find Franck. Quest over with. I believe, was hiding behind the building here. Oh, that was Bot. Oh wait, he was the guy in the alley. Oh, there he is. Back for that. Go up here. Right, that's right. I'm sure that was. Okay. So, gotta go around. First, I intend to go this way. Hear it. Oh, there it is. This. That should be the last one of those. Yes. Go east. Take care of the last quest. East to take care of the last one. Go. One. objective. And we got it. Here, turn this in, and advance the plot. Alright, Progress Reach. Good. Do you require assistance? Well, we're bringing someone that does. Very well. We will make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, would you? There, all crisp and freshly laundered. We're here. Is everything in order? Yes. Right, we're bringing her in. Honestly, Alphino, you needn't have gone to all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to Aurela, please. You need your rest. I know. Any news of Kryl? She'll be cross if you make her wait too long, as I will. As will I. Ah, a chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister. And I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. They're good together when they're not at each other's throats. I miss that feeling. Ignoramus, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could. Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just... if this is the last battle we fight to free Alamigo, then she ought to be a part of it. It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice. Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle. There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
Alright, it's not kinda not fair that I brought a gun. And then I shot Zelda in the face and the plot ended. Anyway. Maybe we got a little carried away, but you have to admit, that was fun. Thank you, Magnanimous. You're the best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Now that Alice's settled in, it's time we rejoin the fight. Actually, maybe you and Alphino should go ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while. There you are. What is it that least wanted of you? A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm. I would have liked to have seen that. But she is right, we have lingered here long enough. I am ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. You had better not rise from that bed until you are given express permission to do so. Urianger will be paying you a visit soon. And he is already worried enough as it is. We have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Magnanimous. This way. Off we go. it down and turn that quest in so I can get flying. Then we're talking to Pippin. Almost there. Almost there. Done. Now we're just going right to Pippin. And Pippin says, "You are returned. How fares your sister, Alphino? Her rapier wit remains undulled. For better or for worse. Has there been any development in our absence? I am proud to say that Castrum Abania is now wholly under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy's supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officer's documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Fordola's command passed through the Castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody. Trial, it has to be her. In all likelihood, yes. You'll be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers. It is now safe for travel. And one final piece of good news, reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined in the main host, which has established a new base of operations within the locks. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we will call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Rogger's Beacon." Sorry to keep you all waiting. Alamegan folk dress, how very fitting, and well fitting if I might add. I wanted to do something for Ida, and myself. This is it. The last push. We're coming, Cryle. Go. Time for her to remember.
I remember my father's words. How they rang in my ears as we left Castrum Abania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor. Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you? It would seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it. The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seedseer's command. Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
What about the resistance?
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Ralga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamigo will be ours once more.
Nod. Nope. Nod. The stage is set, and the players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. What would Grandfather say if he were with us today? Key to victory. For all our other accomplishments, Kryle remains in the hands of our enemy, and I find myself wondering if I could have done more. Though we know now that she was taken to the city, we have found nothing which might tell us where she was being held. You know, you could just ask me. Tancred, what have you learned? I shall spare you the particulars of my infiltration and simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She is being held within the residential district south of the city proper. I tracked her to the ruins of an old temple of the Fist of Ralga, within which Imperials have constructed a research facility. A research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Garleans with the power to manipulate ether. In pursuit of which goal, their scientists have, I am sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. What? Calm down, Alphino. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamegan corridor. This gives us reason to do it faster. I entered the excited and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports. But that method is not suitable for a larger force. And it goes without saying that a direct assault on rather substantial main gates would be ill-advised. I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men, he had an idea about how to get into the city. Actually, it might be the best if I let him explain it himself. been a while. I take no offense if you don't remember. Might even be glad of it. Alagana, am I right? Hi, Whiska's the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mom grew up in the city. Any road, I reckon we can get inside Alamegan Quarter by way of Loch Seld. What? How? It was a story my mom told us which made me think of it. She was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl, you see. How they used to have to boil the water from the well before they could drink it since it was full of salt. They were drawing salt water from the lochs? Which means that there must be an underwater tunnel or something. Aye, that's it. But it won't be as simple as going for a swim. The well was closed, see? Apparently, Theodoric decided one day that he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. So even if you come up through it, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended a guard and lifted the key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded, and he ended up working at the saltery. In short, we need your grandfather's key, assuming he still has it. I'm certain he does, and I can take you to him, but it'll be dangerous. Don't you worry about that, we're used to dangerous. Nago and Arnvald will assemble a squadron while the rest of us go and get that key. Let's not waste any more time then, shall we? My mom said Granddad kept the key with him at all times, as a lucky charm. If he hasn't got it, then well, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. Ready, Magnormus? We've got to deal with a few Imperial patrols or worse. Again. Saltery's not far. Follow me. Dead. Alright, next area. Here, but this isn't right. Where is everyone? Word of the Alliance's advance may surely reach their ears. May have to sought refuge elsewhere. We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols, or worse. Alright. Search the saltery for clues. I've set off an alarm.
away with you!
Oh yes, looking. Alright. Looking for clues. Alright, that didn't do anything for us. Tattered diary. Alt monastery. There we go. To the south, I'll lead the way. Alright. Not after that ambush, you won't. It's too dangerous. Magnarmus will follow you. Keep your eyes peeled. I hope I'm going the right way. Yeah, this looks right. Alright, not that way. Try this one. Monastery is just past that gate. Keep going. Alright. We're almost there. Something tall, dark, and imperial appears to be blocking the entrance. God damn it, I don't think there's a way around. We'll just have to go through him. Okay. Look, I think those two devices are shield generators. I'll be getting up after that. Now let's find our man. Alright, I think I did it. Wait for it. And there we go. This is it. This is the monastery. They have to be around here somewhere. What? It's me, Whisker, your grandson. Whisker, by Roger, is that really you? Oh, it's good to see you alive and well, lad. But who are these other ones? Resistance, Granddad. My comrades in arms. He told you all about you thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Daft Thods never caught me either. It wasn't much, but it was my way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you've got higher aspirations here. Make our family proud. I will, I swear. Rauger as my witness. Alright, we got the key. I was worried when he wasn't at the Saltery, but we found him in the end. Now that we've got the key, it's time to find that underwater tunnel. I think we'll wrap it up here. What's the best angle? There we go. This copy is we're good to go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up stream here. You guys have a good one. Later.